Hey YouTube, this is Sean with Shrimp Aquatics. I'm new to the whole YouTube scene. I'm just starting out a channel, and ultimately I am trying to educate myself as well as help educate others in a underrated hobby here in the United States. Shrimp keeping, or ornamental shrimp keeping, Neocaridina and Caridina shrimp keeping, they are absolutely beautiful shrimp, and you can lose yourself for a half an hour just staring at these little critters without realizing that you just lost a half an hour staring at these little critters. I'm gonna go through over the course of some, I don't know, 2, 3, 5, 20, 400, I don't know. Hopefully start building the channel. In building the channel, start building ultimately a customer base. Don't get me wrong, I am looking to acquire, breed, and sell strong, healthy strains of genes within these ornamental shrimp that can withstand our water parameters. Every state's different. Every county almost nowadays seems like it's a different water chemistry. The water that comes out of my faucet comes out at 347 parts per million. Of that 347 parts per million, I have no idea what any of it is. So, again, I'm just going to go step by step over the progressing videos, giving updates on my shrimp, giving updates on my builds, updates on what I've got to sell. Currently, I have feeding dishes. They are all glass, 3-inch and I believe it's 2.5-inch diameter, all glass feeding dishes that are meant for pretty much anything that is inside of a cage or a tank that can benefit from having a dish. They're not huge, but they're not tiny either. Probably the next video I'll go into those a little bit more. I've got 125 filters on their way, and I'm going to go over each filter, what the benefits of them are, what the downsides are, what the positives are. I guess that would be what the benefits are. My apologies. But I guess for my first video and introducing myself, again, I'm Sean with Shrimp Aquatics. I'm going to flip the camera around and show you my cherry red tank currently. Here are my cherry reds. I started this colony approximately 2.5 months ago with about 30 cherry reds. This one right there is just about ready to molt, and you can see a bright yellow color on the crest of her. Well, that yellow crest, if I can get it to actually show it, I apologize. That yellow crest is actually her body producing and storing unfertile eggs, and once she molts, she will become susceptible to breeding, and one of the males within this tank will breed with her. After that breeding, it will take anywhere from 24 days to 32 days depending on temperature of the aquarium. You saw a heater inside the aquarium. It is currently just a decoration. It's not plugged in. I'm running all my tanks currently off of just room temperature, and right now this one is sitting roughly 69 degrees. For these guys, 68 to 74 degrees, it's a pretty optimal range right there. Oh, this female right here, you can see that yellow crest that I was talking about. Now that yellow crest, they refer to it as she is a saddled female, saddled like a horse female. When she decides to molt and then breeds and the eggs pass through and get stored on her underside, she will then be referred to as a berried female. Berried like a raspberry, berried. They are amazing to watch. You can sit here for a half an hour, lose yourself, and not even realize that you sat here for a half an hour staring at shrimp swimming through water, just being themselves. Ultimately, I am planning on walking you through tank selection, substrate, plants, food, decorations, you name it. I'm gonna try to cover it. If there is a topic in which you would like covered, just leave a comment. I will be more than happy to go into it. If I'm wrong and you know the correct answer to something, by all means, let me know what that correct answer is. I want the information that is given from this channel to be as accurate as possible. I don't know everything. I am not perfect. Flat out, I am still a beginner at this shrimp keeping hobby. But if I can go through some of my experiences, some of my trials and tribulations, and save somebody from making one of the same mistakes I've made, then this channel has been completely worth it. Because then that person has learned it. Maybe later on down the road, they're doing something, they hear somebody say something that they know is incorrect, they can correct somebody and maybe save another person from doing what I accidentally did, which was killed half of my first set of shrimp. Currently, I am working on having to go through an entire tank of Neocaridina blues. Why? Because there are 3 to 4 different genetic lines. There we go. There are 3 to 4 different genetic lines sitting in one tank, and because I did it that way, not knowing any better, the 3 batches of fry that I have produced thus far has netted me, I think, 6 to 10 new baby blue fry. The rest of the shrimp fry have become a brown wild color or a brown natural color, and I've now, in a way, wasted 35 days of my life waiting for all these babies to be born to get, I don't know, I think I was sitting on, all said and done, 65 to 70 brown shrimp. Now, don't get me wrong, in their own way, they are beautiful shrimp. They just do not have the same following as, say, the red back in that corner, which he's not going to show up all that well because of the white substrate and how this camera does its light balancing act. But I will tell you right now, he is the most beautiful kind of sapphire red color I have ever seen on an underwater animal. And I mean, to give you guys an idea, just a real quick idea, I'm sorry for spinning you around and making some of y'all seasick. Inside this tank is where I have put the blues that I have messed up on, or that are less than ideal colorations at this point in time. They're intermixed with some tangerine tiger fry, which one of them is sitting right here. He's still a beautiful shrimp. I just don't know. But right there, under this light, he or she, that shrimp looks a little bit to be a blue color, but under a more natural light, that shrimp is a brown color. His head shows just a little bit of blue right now, but he's more brown than anything. The one behind him, same thing, a brown fry. Another tangerine tiger, a cold out blue tangerine tiger, and again, that's what I'm hoping to try to help people with, is how not to make the same mistakes I have made and set yourselves back and discourage yourselves within this hobby. This hobby in general is seriously at its beginning stages. It is still, we are, as a community of shrimp keepers, we are all still learning so many different tricks to all of this. There are particular water parameters that you need to worry about. Well, in some shrimp's cases, there are particular water parameters that you need to worry about. In other ones, not so much. My cherry reds, those guys are nowhere near as particular in their water parameters as, say, the sapphire blues or blue diamonds, or whichever genus or genetic line of blue you go with. Those blues are far more particular in the water chemistry that you keep them in than this red cherry is. Then you've got, I don't know, crystal reds, crystal blacks, blue bolts, Taiwan bees, Michelin's. You've got tangerine tigers, orange bees. I could go on for a while, but we're not going to go into all of that right this moment. We are trying to just have an introduction video. And my camera is not focusing, I'm sorry. But this little baby has grabbed my attention. It's not exactly looking like a red, but it's not looking like any other coloration or color iteration that I've seen yet. Alright. Again, my name's Sean. I'm with Shrimp Aquatics. Leave a comment, drop a suggestion. I will slowly but surely go through and show you each step that I've had to make and the many errors that I've made in doing them. Thank you. Hope everybody has a fantastic coming up holiday Easter weekend. I'm probably going to do another video tomorrow, maybe another one Saturday. I've got some tanks upstairs in the living room that I need to finish moving into my makeshift shrimp fish room, and I want to get videos out in regards to the shrimp room, what I've created, how I've created it, why I created it, and the errors that I made prior to it that have led me to doing it the way that I'm doing it. Alright, YouTube fans and friends and family, because that's pretty much all that's watching right now, are a couple of friends and some family. But love you guys. Let's keep the channel growing.